Imagine this. You are sitting at your kitchen table early in the morning. You have your coffee, your bills are spread out in front of you. The electric bill is due, your prescription refill is coming up. Maybe your rent or mortgage is only a few days away. Then you open your mailbox. Inside, there is a letter from Social Security. At first, you think it is just another notice, but then you read the words, "You were overpaid." Your heart drops. You read further. Social Security says you may owe money back, and if you do not respond, part of your monthly check could be withheld. For many retirees, that Social Security check is not extra money. It is grocery money. It is medication money. It is the money that keeps the lights on. And here is the part that scares people the most. Under current Social Security guidance, if you ignore an overpayment notice, SSA may withhold up to 50% of your Social Security benefit each month until the overpayment is repaid. This is not something to panic about, but it is absolutely something you must understand, because one missed letter can turn into a serious financial problem. I am Jocelyn. I help retirees and older Americans understand Social Security rules, retirement finance, government notices, and the small details that can protect your income. Today, I want to walk you through this calmly. No rumors, no scare tactics, just the official rule. I will explain what this Social Security letter means, what the government can do, and what you can do to protect yourself. And please stay until the end, because there is one hidden mistake many seniors make. It is not throwing the letter away. It is not even missing the deadline. It is choosing the wrong response. Some people file an appeal when they should request a waiver. Others request a waiver when they really need a lower repayment rate. That mistake can cost time, money, and peace of mind. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you will know the 3 exact steps to take if this letter shows up in your mailbox. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is fictional, but his situation is based on the kind of problem many retirees worry about. Robert is 67 years old. He worked for over 40 years. He retired modestly. He receives Social Security every month. He does not live extravagantly. He pays his bills, helps his daughter when he can, and tries to stretch every dollar. One afternoon, Robert gets a letter from Social Security. It says he was overpaid. The letter says SSA believes he received more money than he should have received. Robert is confused. He thinks, how could this be my fault? Social Security calculates the check. They sent me the money. So he puts the letter on the counter. A few days pass, then a week, then 2 weeks. Robert tells himself he will call later, but he does not. He is not ignoring it because he is careless. He is ignoring it because he is overwhelmed. The letter is full of government language. It mentions repayment. It mentions appeal rights. It mentions waiver options. It feels intimidating. So Robert does what many people do when something feels too complicated. He waits. Then 1 month, his Social Security check is smaller than expected. Much smaller. Now Robert is scared. He calls SSA and finds out that the overpayment notice started a response window. Because he did not respond in time, Social Security began collecting the overpayment from his monthly benefit. Robert's mistake was not that he committed fraud. Robert's mistake was not that he tried to cheat the system. Robert's mistake was that he assumed the letter was just informational. It was not. It was a deadline. And that is the Robert trap. A senior gets a letter. They do not understand it. They assume it can wait. Then the check changes. This is why today's video matters. Because the solution is not panic. The solution is knowing the rule before the rule hurts you. Let's break this down in plain English. First, what is an overpayment? According to the Social Security Administration, an overpayment happens when SSA pays you more money than you should have received. That can happen for different reasons. Maybe SSA had missing information, maybe your income changed, maybe your marital status changed, maybe your living situation changed, maybe there was an error. Sometimes the mistake may be on the beneficiary's side, sometimes the mistake may be on the agency's side. But here is the key fact. When SSA determines there was an overpayment, the government says it is required to seek repayment. The official SSA page says the overpayment notice should explain why SSA believes you were overpaid and what your repayment options are. That letter matters. It is not junk mail. It is not something to set aside for next month. It is a formal notice. Now, here is the part connected to this video title. SSA says it will wait at least 30 days after sending the overpayment notice before starting to collect. If you do not pay them back within 30 days of the date on the notice, SSA says it will automatically withhold 50% of your Social Security benefit or 10% of your SSI payment each month until the overpayment is repaid. Now, let me slow down here. This does not mean every senior's check is automatically being cut in half. That is not what this means. It means if SSA says you were overpaid, and if you do not repay, appeal, request a waiver, or request a different repayment rate, then SSA may begin withholding from your benefit. The danger is not that SSA can secretly cut every retiree's check. The danger is that an overpayment notice starts a clock, and if you do nothing, the clock keeps running. AARP has also reported on this issue. AARP explains that the 50% default withholding issue applies to overpayments involving retirement benefits, survivor benefits, family benefits, and SSDI. SSI overpayments are generally treated differently, with a 10% withholding rate. This is why seniors must not assume all Social Security programs work the same way. Regular Social Security retirement benefits and SSI are not identical. The withholding rate can be different. Now let's talk about the biggest misunderstanding. Many seniors think if Social Security made the mistake, I should not have to do anything. Emotionally, that makes sense. If someone sends you the wrong amount, it feels unfair for them to demand it back later. But legally, ignoring the notice does not protect you. SSA's official guidance says if an overpayment occurs, it can seek repayment. That means you still need to respond, even if you believe the overpayment was not your fault, even if you believe the amount is wrong, even if you cannot afford to pay, you still need to take action. Now, there are 3 important protections. The first protection is until you appeal. SSA calls this a request for reconsideration. You use this when you believe SSA is wrong. For example, you do not believe you were overpaid, or you believe the amount is incorrect, or you believe SSA used the wrong information. In that case, the official form is MAR Form SSA 561, Request for Reconsideration. SSA says reconsideration requests should generally be submitted within 60 days of receiving the decision. But please listen carefully. Even though appeal rights may generally run for 60 days, SSA's own overpayment guidance says if you ask for a waiver or appeal within 30 days, SSA will not collect the money until it decides your request. So do not wait until the last minute. If your benefit is at risk, act quickly. The second protection is a waiver. A waiver is different from an appeal. A waiver is not saying SSA got the amount wrong. A waiver is saying I should not have to repay this because I was not at fault and I cannot afford to repay it. The official form for that is Form SSA 632, Request for Waiver of Overpayment Recovery. This is very important for retirees living on fixed income. If paying the money back would stop you from covering basic living needs, the waiver process is one of the official options SSA provides. The third protection is requesting a lower repayment rate. This is for someone who says, yes, I was overpaid and I am willing to pay it back, but I cannot afford the amount SSA wants to take each month. For that, SSA refers to Form SSA 634, Request for Change in Overpayment Recovery Rate. This is the hidden mistake I mentioned earlier. Many people do not choose the correct option. They may appeal when they really need a waiver. They may request a waiver when they really need a lower monthly recovery rate. They may do nothing because they do not understand the difference. And doing nothing is the most dangerous choice. Now let's talk about what happens if the rule is ignored. If you continue receiving benefits, SSA can reduce your monthly payment. For regular Social Security benefits, SSA's public guidance says it may withhold 50%. For SSI, it says 10%. If you no longer receive benefits, SSA says it may still collect the debt in other ways. That can include withholding your federal tax refund. It can include withholding certain state payments. It can include wage garnishment. SSA also says if a person dies before the overpayment is fully repaid, it may seek repayment from someone receiving benefits based on that person's record. Again, I am not saying this to frighten you. I am saying it because you deserve to know the official rule before it affects your household. A Social Security overpayment notice is not just a letter, it is a financial warning, and it deserves immediate attention. Now let's make this simple. If you receive a Social Security overpayment notice, here are the 3 steps to take. Step 1. Verify the letter through official SSA sources. Do not call a random number from a suspicious message. Do not click links from a text message or email. Go directly to the official Social Security website at ussa.gov. You can also contact SSA through the official phone number listed on ssa.gov or contact your local Social Security office. Your goal is to confirm that the notice is real. Also, keep the envelope, keep the letter, write down the date you received it. The date matters because deadlines matter. Step 2, decide which response fits your situation. Ask yourself 3 questions. Question 1, do I believe SSA is wrong? If yes, look into filing an appeal or request for reconsideration using BEAM Form SSA 561. Question 2, do I believe I was not at fault and I cannot afford to pay this back? If yes, look into requesting a waiver using Form SSA 632. Question 3, do I agree I was overpaid, but I cannot afford the amount SSA wants to withhold? If yes, look into requesting a lower repayment rate using the Form SSA 634. Wow, do not guess. Read the notice carefully. If needed, ask a trusted family member, legal aid office, benefits counselor, or local senior assistance organization to help you understand it. But do not ignore it. Step 3, act before collection begins. This is the most urgent step. SSA says it will wait at least 30 days after sending the overpayment notice before starting collection. And SSA says if you request a waiver or appeal within 30 days, it will not collect the money until it decides your request. That is why acting quickly is so important. Do not wait until the end of the 60-day appeal window if your check could be reduced. Move early. Make copies of everything. Keep proof of mailing, fax confirmation, online confirmation, or notes from your call. Write down the date you called, the name of the person you spoke with, if available, what they told you, what form you submitted, and what your next deadline is. This may feel like a lot, but one organized folder can protect your income. Let me leave you with this. If you receive a Social Security overpayment notice, do not panic, but do not ignore it. That letter can affect your monthly income, and for many retirees, even a small reduction can create stress. A 50% reduction can be devastating. The good news is that SSA gives you official options. You may be able to appeal, you may be able to request a waiver, you may be able to request a lower repayment rate, but those protections only help if you act. Also, please remember this. You should not rely only on YouTube notifications for important senior benefit updates. Rules can change. Deadlines matter, and many retirees do not find out until after the damage is already done. That is why we created the SSA Global Senior Alerts official WhatsApp channel. Click the link in the description to join. Inside, you can download the free Senior Benefits Protection Guide. You will also receive real-time alerts about Social Security, pensions, bank rules, insurance policies, Medicare updates, and travel regulations that may affect seniors and retirees. This channel is meant to help you stay prepared, not scared, prepared. Because the more you understand the rules, the harder it is for one letter, one deadline, or one misunderstanding to threaten your retirement security. If this video helped you, please share it with a friend, neighbor, church member, or family member who depends on Social Security. And before you go, remember this. The letter itself is not the danger. Ignoring it is. I am Jocelyn. Stay informed, stay calm, and protect the benefits you worked for.